Okay, hi guys and welcome back. We have something very special here right now for review. We have the Fearless Audio Tequila. This is a highly anticipated earphone from Fearless, who have really got their packaging together recently. Original packaging and accessories were absolutely trash from this company, despite how good the earphones were. It seems like they're one of the ultimate companies for listening to consumers and taking that feedback and really stepping up their game to provide you with something that's quite a special experience. This is the Tequila. I'll get into this in a second. I just want to talk about the accessories. So you get this cool little puck-shaped thing. It's still got this weird thing that the folding cases from Fearless came in. It's, you know, nice and soft on the inside. It's going to not scratch your earphones up. Little cleaning tool. Good place to keep your headphones with a cable and maybe a few extra tips. Has this awesome little 3D printed, you can see like little musical notes on the inside there. This is just a novelty, but I just think that's a really cool, nice little touch. Something they didn't need to do. Could have thrown it in a bag and I wouldn't have complained about it, but kind of cool little design. Tips wise, you got a few large, a few small, and a few medium. But that is sort of the limit to the versatility of the tips, I think, unless I've missed something in the box. Not that I can see. So, accessories aside, they've definitely stepped up their game there. They listen to consumers, and you have the stunning, absolutely stunning Fearless Audio Tequila earphones. And these are, without a doubt, the best looking earphone that I have reviewed all year. Let's start with the cable, get it out of the way. We'll go cable, build quality, etc. Cable, again, I've said this in so many videos now about how Linsol take the feedback, relay it to the companies, and the end result is the cables we're getting out of companies that are associated with Linsol are fantastic. This is an excellent 8-braid cable, very compliant, very nice flow. Not on the level of the Audio Monarch cable, which is the gold standard right now for included cables, but this is a very good, sturdy, well-made cable. The gloss black finish on it looks excellent, matches the headphones really well. The hardware is fantastic, super heavy, super chunky, standard 3.5mm, tiny little strain relief there, and you have metal splitter, metal slider with a Fearless Audio logo on it, and we come up to the top, and I just want to show you this because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 different earphones and I'm going to explain something to illustrate my point on this. I'm going to take the Monarch, and I'm also going to see if I can grab this, which is the Tin Audio P2. This is the new Tin Audio P2. Now, 3 earphones, all using the 2-pin standard for connection. So there's no MMCX here, which it still is my preference, but I'm sort of coming around to a recessed or outward facing 2-pin connector. The Monarch, I took issue with this. This is a flush sitting 2-pin. My custom earphones in the past, I've mentioned this many times, it's had an ingress of corrosion in through the copper that heads in, you know, sweaty ears. There's no when you use the audio cable. There is no recession, it just goes in and it sits completely flush, and moisture can get in there, salt can get in there, and it can corrode your earphones. KZ and Tin Hi-Fi have gone another route. They have this protrusion where it's actually a capped 2-pin connector, where, I'm sorry to do this blasphemy and use this horrible KZ cable on it, but just for illustration purposes, it hoods over the top of the 2-pin connector, so you've not got this ability for ingress of sailing. This one uses a more common standard. It uses the recessed 2-pin connector. So just a little thing, but like, it's nice to have recessed. It's nice that Fearless have decided to give us recessed connectors. It also gives more availability to aftermarket companies, because this Tin Hi-Fi design is not very common in aftermarket cable manufacturers. So just be aware of that if you're ordering an aftermarket cable, although I don't think that you probably would need to, but if you do choose to, you're going to need to get one that has the recess. So I'm going to take this off, and we're just going to discuss the housing. The housing is like an acrylic resin, very similar to the design that you would find on a custom in-ear monitor, as opposed to other companies that are doing this acrylic shell thing, yet they're sticking with a metal nozzle. It has its pros and cons. There's no need to bond this to the shell, so you have one less stress point, I guess. But it does mean that this protrusion is more on the sort of fragile side. The other advantage of this is that you can sort of add filters, like filters and different acoustic tuning implements into the actual tubes themselves, which you can see. I think that they've done it here in a few different ways. They've actually put these into the bore. So in terms of design, these are a hybrid earphone consisting of multiple balanced armatures, and you can see the big dynamic driver there. It's very, very well made. You can see this absolutely stunning beautiful faceplate design and crystal clear acrylic that gives you the full view of the inside of the earphones. Really a beautiful looking earphone. My color is like blue to pink. I believe you can you might be able to get these in different stylings, and maybe even Fearless will make you up a set of customs if you want. But my understanding is that no two faceplate designs are going to be the same. In terms of drivability, we have three really good. We have a DAP and two Bluetooth amp DACs here. This is the M400 from Yunlu Mi. Preference right now is this and this, just because the slight natural tonality that it has a more natural analogy sound to it. These Yunlu Mi's are fantastic bits of kit. The X Duo, I always find, I've talked about this before, slightly metallic, very neutral, very unbiased. So my preference is to use it with this, because the tuning of this is, I've said this in the written review, it's unbelievably similar to the Fearless Audio S8Z, and in some ways it's got a lot of characteristics of the S8 Pro. The mid-range and the highs are virtually indistinguishable from it. You have that same detail retrieval, you have that same sort of tuning, you have that same imaging. It's a very similar thing. And even the bass, even though these are dynamic drivers, even the bass has a very similar tuning, but a very different way that it presents itself in that tuning. The way that I describe this is that in sheer physics terms, a balanced armature may be tuned the same as a dynamic driver, but they're not going to sound exactly the same to your ear, just because the volume of air that is being forced into your eardrums due to the large diameter of the dynamic driver. It's moving more air physically than a single moving ion piston. So in that sense, it does, when it's required, extend deeper with better sub-bass response, but it loses some of that the detail and the texture in the S8Z is absolutely fantastic. The S8F, if you want something low end, is unbelievable. The way that that's tuned, that's a very fun and interesting earphone. The S8Z, S8P I find to be more in that sort of neutral balance. And in many cases that is what this is. This is a S8Z Lite. Less stellar performance. I'm going to say it's more quantity wise and less quality in the low end. Very similar mids and highs. Very similar soundstage. It has decent soundstage, not anything out of your head experience, but very good for an IEM. Excellent spacing and imaging, and I think they are $150, $200 cheaper than the S8 models, so that's definitely something to think about. They're far prettier. I mean, this is one of the most beautiful earphones that I've seen this year, especially in an acrylic design. Similar pricing on this, you're going to be looking at the LZ A7. This is a fantastic earphone. This is versatile. This is incredible sounding. The ability to switch between monitor and pop modes, and then you can unscrew the filters and really tune the sound the way you want to tune it. Versatility wise, I'd say this wins hands down. This is more if you want something like the S8 series, you don't have the cash, but you want like 90% of it. This would be an excellent substitution. This is something like if you want to play around with, this punches above its weight as well, whereas this is about its price. An excellent earphone, excellent accessories, excellent box, very good cable, recessed and just absolutely stunning to look at. I recommend them. I don't recommend paying over the price that you get them from China. I think it's $350, $400. I think that's about the money for these. They're not one that's going to punch above their weight, obviously, because the S8 are sitting right there. You move up $100, you're in that territory. Why would you buy these? But for the money, looks, build quality, cable, sound, very good earphone. Just missing that thing that like takes it up to the next level and makes it punch above its weight, which is obviously, if you are Fearless Audio, why would you make this a direct competitor for the S8? It makes absolutely no sense, and still offer something for people at a lower price point. So, excellent earphone, stunning build quality as usual, and yeah, we'll get on with some more reviews tonight and start uploading them this week. As I say, this is very early days in this channel. I'm sorry the videos are so long. I apologize every video. I'm gonna try and cut them under 10 minutes. I don't think you should be watching videos for that long. If you like it, please subscribe, if you don't like it or you just don't want to subscribe, that's fine as well. I'm not going to harass you for it. Yeah, I would like to hear your thoughts and feedback if you own a set of these, or if you want me to do any direct comparisons to anything else you see on the channel. I will be more than happy to do that. I do have reviews coming for each one of these. I just need to get round to it. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good night.